To the world, he's Sushant Singh Rajput, the celebrity, but to me, he was my friend.
Also, because your post says that you wish that you could have let your ego go. I mean, can you please explain this if you don't mind?
Yeah, life is painful that way. Okay, how do I start this? I don't want to cry today. It's just been very difficult. February, March, April, May, I didn't message him. I moved on, I was like just doing my thing. I wish I could go back in time, but you can't. So
Hello everyone, you're watching TrueScoop and I'm Parina. We welcome you all to our show Scoop Talk, and today we have a Scoop Talk with Aneesha Madhok. We welcome you, Aneesha ma'am.
hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, I'm okay, going with the flow in life. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Before we begin, I want to tell our viewers that Aneesha Madhok is an actress as well as a stand-up comedian. So ma'am, how did the journey begin?
The journey started when I was like overall as an artist when I was 3 years old and I was performing on stage. I fell in love and I felt like I could be myself on stage than I could in real life. So I didn't really have plans to end up in movies or anything. I was just always into art and performing. So when I graduated from University of Southern California in LA, I was cast in a play as the lead and I was doing my thing, performing. It was a good experience. And then in the audience sitting was Bill McAdams Jr. He saw me on stage and he cast me as the main lead of the upcoming Hollywood movie Bully High. It's releasing next year and it's about a Muslim Indian girl who gets bullied in an American high school, but she defeats violence with love.
Okay.
And after that, it's funny. Like on the in the same play, I was not only spotted by Bill McAdams, but I was also spotted by two other filmmakers, and I just somehow ended up in movies by being spotted by directors while I was doing my thing on stage, whether it was stand-up comedy or acting.
So how did you go towards stand-up comedy?
I've always been very sensitive, and I've always had a lot of empathy. So initially, I started out by doing very dramatic roles, intense roles that required you to cry, to move people. In fact, if you see my play that I wrote when I was 17, Aliza Free, it's about a girl who becomes blind and she bounces back in life through dancing. So I played Aliza and everyone in the audience was crying. So I was always doing dramatic roles that it was so much pain inside that I was like, what's the next level of pain? Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, said that comedy is equal to tragedy plus time. So I decided to look at life in a comedic way. And I've always felt that if you can turn pain into humor, I think that's the greatest that you can do for humanity. So I started doing stand-up comedy, then the Punjabi Kudi, then it really came out, and then I became all, yo, what up? And yeah.
Yeah, so when you were offered Bully High, what was your reaction? Were you expecting something like that or not?
I didn't, it's interesting. I never expected because I don't expect things. This is my motto in life. I'm
That is
attached
really nice.
to nothing and connected to everything. So my soul, I believe in this stuff, okay? I'm an artist. So my soul thrives when I'm on stage or on set, acting, telling stories, and I have always had this belief in myself. I've always believed that I am born to do some great things and without expectations ki matlab mujhe part de do apni movie mein please, I want to be in your movie. I don't want to do that stuff. I want to be someone who attracts that. So when that happened in my life, I wasn't surprised. I was like, I knew it deep down inside that I'm capable for this. I mean, and you have to have that self belief. You have to believe in yourself so much that when you believe it, it becomes a reality.
You're really very positive, I must say that.
Thanks. I'm trying to be, and I hope that my positivity can inspire others to be their best selves.
Exactly. So what all future projects are there?
So the play that I mentioned, Aliza Free, I am adapting it into a film. So I'm making that into a movie. And I'm also coming in an Israeli movie called Book of Rachel. It's about an Indian Jewish girl. And I'm also coming in this really, really cool big project. It's a Hollywood movie. It's a musical. I want to name it, but I can't until like the announcement is made. But I
Yeah.
really want to name it. It's like so cool. And Bully High is releasing next year, so that's
Any
all.
Bollywood projects?
Um, अभी तक time नहीं मिला है. You know, because अभी like I just graduated from USC, just finished shooting for Bully High. I just came to India, and then lockdown happened, so I didn't get a chance to meet people from Bollywood. I don't know, but I think I'm booked for the next 1 year or so. Maybe like 2022, I'll have to do Bollywood.
Right. So we came across your post on Facebook, talked about Sushant. How did you know Sushant?
I was introduced to him by my parents. He came to a Delhi party and met my mom and dad. I was studying in school that time, in college, University of Southern California. And then in 2017, he was coming to New York for IFA. So he met me there, and then we really vibed. Day one, we vibed.
Okay. So what was the nature of your friendship? Like, did you guys often talk or not?
Yeah, we often talked. Not like every day. I don't talk to my mother every day. Sorry, mom. But we were good friends.
Okay. So I'll be very upfront in asking this, that do you think that he was depressed?
Whoa! It just went from 0 to 100 right here. I see. Let me tell you something. Life is not black and white. There's no yes or no to answer sometimes. You know, this happens to the best of us. I don't know, I'm not saying he was or wasn't, because you don't know what's happening in a person's mind, right? I've lived with my mom 17 years and I still don't know what is truly in her mind. I still don't know what's truly in my mind, right? I'm always evolving. Every day I'm changing. And there are times when you feel low, but you hide it very well with a smile. And then there are times where you feel very happy, but you try not to show it to other people because you don't want to jinx it. So life is great that way. We can't say that, it would be very unfair to my friend that after he's gone that I will be speaking about him in that way, like a lot of people are. I'm not that friend. I'm always going to stand up for him, and I'm always going to demand that my friend gets justice, because to the world he's Sushant Singh Rajput, the celebrity, but to me he was my friend. So
Yes, I totally understand that. But can I ask you, when was the last time you guys had a word? Also, because your post says that you wish that you could have let your ego go. I mean, can you please explain this if you don't mind?
yeah, life is painful that way. Okay, how do I start this? I don't want to cry today. It's just been very difficult. But the last time I spoke to him, where I got a response back from him, was last year in May. May, June
Me.
was the last time that he responded back. Then he was supposed to come to LA. I invited him to LA. I recommended his name to a few Hollywood producers that were coming to Mumbai looking for this big musical that I'm a part of. They were looking for the leading actor from India for that. So I recommended his name. And he didn't respond. Then I saw on the internet that he has a girlfriend and he is in Europe. And I was like, okay, everyone deserves to, go for a vacation, have fun. But I always was like, he was supposed to come to LA. He was supposed to meet me. He was supposed to, but it didn't work through. And sometimes in life, you let your ego come in the way. You're like, why is this person not responding to me? Who does he think he is? Like, we were always talking and now he's not responding to me. Why is he ignoring me? That was my ego talking, but deep down inside I knew that something was wrong, and that's why I didn't stop messaging. I always messaged. I always say, hey, is everything okay? Are you coming? Then in January, I came to India. I was in New Delhi. I sent flowers for his birthday, but his driver's number was the same, but his driver changed, but Sushant's number changed. And I couldn't reach out to him for some reason, but I sent flowers and I hoped that they reached him. And then since February, March, April, May, I didn't message him. I moved on. I was like just doing my thing in life. It was a pandemic, and next thing you know, that this shit comes in the news, and you're like, no, this is fake. This is fake. So then it was real. It was very much real. And then I thought, that shit, man, I just wish I could have called our mutual friend and said, hey, what's Sushant's new number? I just, never mind. Wish I could go back in time, but you can't. So
So, did you know about Riya Chakrabarti before? I mean, or have you ever met her?
I've never met her. Of course, you see on the news, your friend has a girlfriend and is coming out of the gym, and all these paparazzis are capturing. Of course, you see. Of course, I've heard of her, but I don't know her personally.
What kind of a person was Sushant?
I mean, I've talked about this in other interviews. He's very jovial, very kind-hearted. His empathetic hormone was very high. He always felt for other people. He was also protective of me. He was also a very good mentor to me. I don't know how he was with other people, but with me, it was a very special friendship that we had because we bonded over physics and dance, and we could talk about anything. And we both could talk for hours, to the point that I remember this one time I had gone on his set. He was shooting for Drive, and I was in his van, and there were other people in his van, his friends, and it's just me and Sushant. We're going on talking, and then we forgot that there's other people sitting there. So we both go in this zone, it's like world of stars and this world of dancing and mixing philosophy and psychology and art. So he was special. Not
Hmm.
not every human being can be like him unless you really put in that effort and work that he put in to evolve himself, to educate himself. Special guy.
We have actually lost a gem,
I know.
right? So, I'll be asking more about it. And do you really think that now we are drifting away from Sushant's case? Like, do you think that national media is not focusing on Sushant and we are drifting away from that case to more of other things, like we are talking about
I
Yeah.
know. I have the answer. At this point, I'm really mad. I don't know. What is the point? Why are media channels now even speaking about him? Are they trying to make money? Are they trying to increase their TRPs? Because it's bad karma to try to make money off of a dead person. I have no idea what people's intentions are. I don't want to judge them. I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And there's just so much going on that even right now, I'm like, I don't even know if I should. I'm mad. I'm really mad. I don't know why people are talking about it and doing nothing about it. I think by now we should have found out names. I think by now so much should have happened, but it hasn't. I don't know, who the hell's trying to make money off of my dead friend's name? It's not fair. And it's also not fair to just ask questions like, "Oh, was he on drugs?" It's so insensitive sometimes. You gotta understand that there's people who are close to him who really cared about him, are going through a really difficult time, and we've said everything that we had to, and now it's on the authorities to find out the truth. But there's so much corruption, and I don't know what's going on. But I don't know. But I would just let anyone watching this know that think about your karma. It's bad karma if you're trying to use his death for your advancement in your career or your endeavor or your own agenda. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please.
What do you think, Aneesha? Was it a suicide or a murder?
The whole nation wants to know that, where we have put our trust in the authorities to find that out. I
I'm asking you because you know him in person. You knew him in person.
Yeah, but I wasn't with him in his apartment that time. No, I wasn't there. I was in Delhi. I That news was just very abrupt. It was very. All I can say is that my reaction was that, what the hell? He would have never done that, because he's been through so much. He lost his mom at a very young age. He was very resilient. He has 4 amazing sisters. I don't know about his friends, but I was a good friend to him. At least
Did you know his family also?
I don't know his family. I just know his sister now that things have happened. Yeah.
Okay. So, what about CBI? Do you really think that CBI will come to some conclusion or something?
I have full trust. I think the only way to get any results is to put your blind faith in people sometimes. I can't doubt them. I haven't seen what they've come up with yet, right? But that's their only option, is to have faith, to have positivity, to not give up.
Do you feel that the way national media has been behaving with Riya Chakrabarti and her family is right?
Look, I don't know that girl. I don't know anything about that chick. She was my friend's ex-girlfriend, and I will respect her for being his ex-girlfriend. I will never try to vilify anybody. I truly do believe that you are innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
I do not personally ever, I don't have any enemies because I'm just a person who believes that love is the only real thing in the world. There is no hate. People project a lot of their own insecurities onto other people, and you are how you see other people. And I would like to give the benefit of the doubt to every single human being in this world, no matter how bad they are. I would like to try to see them from a place of empathy because it's the bigger thing to do in life, and that's what Sushant would have done, and that's why we were friends because we thought this way. We don't vilify people. You vilify people, you're just a small person. But yet again, I don't know what happened to my friend. And I do firmly believe that Sushant Singh Rajput should get justice because he was a wonderful human being, a wonderful actor, a wonderful humanitarian. He did so much charity work. He was a good mentor to me. He was good to my mom, my family, he's good to me. So he deserves to get justice. Whether it means putting some people in jail, he deserves to get justice. But I do not also at the same time wish to vilify anyone. I respect every human being because God created all of us. We are all खुदा के बच्चे, you know. तो जब सभी वाहिगुरु जी प्रभ दे अल्लाह दे बच्चे होंदे आ उन्हां नू क्यों मतलब why judge people like that, you know?
Right.
So talking about Kangana Ranaut, she wants justice for Sushant, but now the whole scenario has changed. It's more about Kangana and Kangana's, Kangana's house, Kangana's office, and it's more about Kangana. What do you think? Is she trying to seek attention, or is she really in favor of Sushant?
I think she's in favor of Sushant. I mean, she made it very clear in day one. Um, and I think that she is whatever she's doing. It's whatever she wants to do. I'm no one to comment, right? I'm a 23-year-old girl, and I'm still starting out in life. I haven't been through what she has been through, so how can I comment? You know, she says that she's been through a lot. She's been through molestation, and I don't like to ever mistrust people. I like to believe people on face value because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I don't judge people, you know. I'm self-aware. I always question myself when I look at other people, you know, and let her do her own thing. I think she's doing something that she feels she's doing right. So by all means, let her do it. And there's some people who believe that they're doing the right thing by fighting against her. So by all means, go ahead, do it. But like, I I want to be out of this. I don't want to come in the middle of this because we'll see what the end result is. That's when we'll know who's right, who's wrong.
Thank you so much for joining us, Aneesha. It was lovely having you here. I must say you're very positive, and thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you so much. We all hope that Sushant Singh Rajput gets justice soon. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching TrueScoop.